What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 5 of the Winnipeg Jets franchise mode. Today, we are in the playoffs, round 1, against the defending Cup champions, the Colorado Avalanche. Gonna be a tough test. You know, we've had a really up and down year that we played really good for the first part of the season, kind of sputtered near the end. However, we did make some big moves at the deadline. We got John Klingberg. Earlier on in the season, we added Jakub Vrana. We are going to look here just at the central standings and how everything shook out. Just as a refresher, the Jets here sit third in the Central behind the Avalanche, who we will be playing. They will have home ice advantage. The Predators snuck in there too, with Minnesota winning the Central. Here in the West, we'll take a look at it. The Jets finish 5th, right in the middle of the West there, with the Wild finishing at the top with 108. So there is your West. The Blues miss it by 1 point, and Dallas misses it by 2. So it really came down to the wire here. The West is always pretty packed. This year is no exception. Here in the East, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they do win the President's Trophy again. The Florida Panthers do not make it 2 years in a row for the President's Trophy as they fall 3 points behind them. And Columbus missing the playoffs by 2 points, and Ovechkin and the Capitals missing it by 3. So, with all that said, we are going to take a look at the playoff tree here. The Winnipeg Jets taking on the Avalanche, Minnesota versus the Sharks, the 1 versus 8th seed there. So if we do move on, that's who we will be playing, the winner of that. The Calgary Flames versus the Edmonton Oilers, Vancouver Canucks against the Nashville Predators, and then over on in the East, it's the Carolina Hurricanes versus the New York Rangers, Pittsburgh versus Boston, 2 very fun series there. Toronto versus Florida, and then Tampa versus Buffalo. So Buffalo sneaking into the playoffs. Good for them. Taking on a very tough opponent, though. So we'll see how Buffalo does there. But lots of fun matchups here in the first round. You don't always see that, but lots of potential here for upsets. And hopefully the Jets can come in here and upset the defending Cup champions, the Colorado Avalanche. With that said, let's go look at their team. Well, we are going to have our hands full here. Look at that first line. Gabriel Landeskog, Nathan McKinnon, and Mikko Rantanen. Then on the second line there, you've got Evan Rodriguez, Alex Newhook, and Valerie Nichushkin. Still a very good second line. Rodriguez is no guy to be sleeping on there. The third line, it is a little weak. Tyler Bozak centering there at a 78 overall. And then the fourth line, pretty comparable to us, just 78s, 79s across the board there. But on defense is where I'm a little bit worried. Devon Taves and Cale Makar on your top pairing, with Sam Girard, Eric Johnson as your second pairing, and then you casually just have Byram and John Manson on your third. That is very scary. And in this game, 286s and an 88 on your left side, with 94 overall Cale Makar on the right. Not fair. We look at the goaltending, an 85 and an 84, definitely beatable goaltenders, but 2 very good goaltenders with Alexander Georgiev. He's going to be the guy that will be getting the most playing time here, I'm assuming, with the higher overall. Their scratches are Brad Hunt, Troy Stetcher, and Darren Helm, so very solid black aces there, if you want to call them that as well. Our team here, we're going to go take a look at a refresher here on what we finished the season with. Right now, I'm not going to touch it. I like the lines the way they are. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, and Nikolai Ehlers. Going to be relying on them quite a bit, I would assume. Jakub Vrana, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Cole Perfetti. Hopefully, Perfetti can continue his big year. This third line has been absolutely incredible. Sam Gagner has been an excellent fit there with Blake Wheeler and Adam Lowry. Just love this line. Very veteran-esque line. 49 points for Sam Gagner, 20 goals. How many times do you see a third liner with 20 goals? Never mind Sam Gagner. So he's having a big year. And then the fourth line there. On defense, Josh Morrissey and John Klingberg, 2 very good defensemen. Klingberg, he played very well towards the end of the year with the Jets here after we traded for him. 20 games played, he had 13 points and was a +8. Much better than Anaheim. Obviously, plus or minus, doesn't really matter. However, there's quite a big difference there from -11 with the Ducks to +8 here with the Jets. So I like that first pairing a lot. The second pairing is going to be Nate Schmidt and Neil Pionk, 2 guys that had really good seasons, and then Ville Heinola and Brendan Dillon rounding out your top 6 for defense. And now we're going to go over to the goaltending position with Connor Hellebuyck as your obvious starter here, with David Rittich backing him up. The scratches today are going to be Dylan DeMello and Saku Manalainen. If an injury does occur, I'm very confident that those guys can step in and make an impact, especially DeMello. We will see what happens here. Hopefully no injuries arise. But here we are, guys. Game 1 of round 1 against the defending champs. The Jets want to come in here and make some noise. I want this team to do some damage. I expect the Jets to win this playoff series. You know, obviously Colorado's got a very fierce roster, but I think this is a team that's so deep that we could really do it. I think our bottom 6 is a lot better than Colorado, but it all starts here with Game 1. Taking it one game at a time, we are going to slow sim these games as we are in the first period right now. If any big moments come up, we will hop into the game. First period here, Mark Scheifele beats Georgiev, and it's 1-0, 14-12 the shots for Winnipeg. Second period, and it's 2-0. It's Cole Perfetti on the power play. His first playoff goal. Very good start here in Game 1. Gonna head into the third. Tyler Bozak does score shorthanded on Connor Hellebuck, but it will not matter. Your Winnipeg Jets win game number 1 in Colorado, making a statement. Connor Hellebuck with a very nice game, 26 of 27 stops, and the Jets take Game 1. That's what a lot of these games are probably going to be like, just with how good Colorado's defense is. We really need to find a way to, beat Cale Makar and the squad. At the end of one here, Colorado and the Jets tied at zeros. Heading into the second, it's Andrew Cogliano beating Connor Hellebuck. We are going to ×8 this one. We are going to go real slow. 1-0, and now it's 2-0 Colorado here in the third period, beating Connor Hellebuck. 2 goals on 20 shots. The Jets have 30 shots, but just can't seem to beat Georgiev as we go on further here, and we do beat Georgiev. It's Cole Perfetti with just over 7 minutes left. Are we able to make a comeback here with the goalie pulled? We are not, as Alex Newhook is going to bury the empty netter, and the Jets are going to fall 3-1 in Game 2 in Denver, Colorado. This would have been a nice one to have here, go up 2-0 heading home, but Alex Georgiev, he had a lot to say in this one. 37 of 38 shots. Really great performance from him, and the Avalanche walk out with a well-deserved win. And we're going to hop into Game 3 here. We're heading back home to Winnipeg, where the whiteout is waiting with open arms. Fans are going nuts there in Winnipeg, Manitoba. First period, it is 0-0, 10-8 the shots for the Jets. We're going to hop into the second, still 0-0. Going to ×8 this again, tied going into the third period. This is a big game. This could, swing the rest of the series momentum. At this point, I'm pretty impressed. 1-1, and, we're hanging in there. This game does seem like it's a little bit further in Colorado's favor as they are pouring it on right now. Big shot advantage for Colorado. We're heading into the end of the third period here, and we are headed to overtime. So you know what that means. We are going to hop into this one. Welcome to Winnipeg, everybody. We are here at Canada Life Center for the first playoff game of the year for the Jets. Whiteout is going nuts. It's a 1-1 series tie, and we are here tied at zeros, and early on, here come the Colorado Avalanche. Connor Hellebuck needing to make a really nice save right off of the bat. Colorado's been hemming the Jets in their zone all game long. Here in overtime, they need to regroup and come out big, because here they come. They're cycling the puck here. Taves with the shot that's blocked, and a turnover, and here comes Kyle Connor the other way. Connor's going to come in here, go wide, and he's going to set up Nikolai Ehlers, and he's stopped by Alexander Georgiev. So it looks like the goalies here are still sharp. It is a goalie duel, so we'll see who cracks first.
The Avs played along the boards. Swatted away with the stick in the defensive zone. Verana's got it in the defensive end. Gains the zone through the middle. Moves the puck behind the net.
Nikolai Ehlers, are you kidding me? Did you see that move that he just put on, going around the defender, going around the net, and centering it net front for Pierre-Luc Dubois? Look at Ville Heinola. Ville Heinola is hyped. The Jets win Game 3. A very, very fun game here. But it's Pierre-Luc Dubois that ends up being the hero, burying it past Georgiev. Really no shot there. What a play from Nikolai Ehlers, even just to get it there, go around the defenseman, and the Jets win here in Game 3, and they go up 2-1. So absolute madness there in Game 3. We're going to head into Game 4 here. The Jets are up 2-1 in the series. This is exactly where they want to be. This is exactly where we want to be. And being up 3-1 to the former Cup champions, that would be absolutely massive. You'd have 3 games to win that one game to move on to the second round. Hopefully the Jets are able to do it here. We're going to go through and sim the first period. And after one, it is Neil Pionk. Neil Pionk making a 1-0 big goal from him, his first of the playoffs. Jets up 1-0 here heading into the second period, and they tied. It's JT Compher. Not what we were looking for here, but we are going to ×8 it heading into the third. 1-1 game, 5-on-4, which feels like forever. Colorado must have had 5 minutes of power play time there. I'm not sure if somebody took a 5-minute major or what was going on there. I can't be doing that here in the playoffs, but it's Blake Wheeler with 7:42 left, and the Winnipeg Jets are up 2-1, and it's Jakub Vrana putting the dagger in Colorado, and the Jets take a 3-1 win and make the series 3-1 as well. Wow. Winning both home games against the defending Cup champs. I know I keep saying it, the defending Cup champs, but it is a big deal here. Wow. Here we go. We are heading into Game 5 back in Denver, Colorado. Jets with a 3-1 series lead. This is a very important game. If the Jets win it, they're off to the second round. 0-0 after the first period, shots 15-10 for the Jets. And after one, it's Pierre-Luc Dubois. That is a big-time goal there to give the Jets the lead. Pretty good period by Colorado, getting more shots than the Jets there. But early on in the third, they're going to tie it. But then it's Jakub Vrana on the power play. Jets up 2-1. Colorado with the power play, unable to score. Under 10 minutes left here. Jets up 2-1. Are they able to hang on heading in here? Will they move on to the second round? They tie it. It's JT Compher and then Nathan MacKinnon right after. 3-2, 4-2 as Mikko Rantanen scores. And oh no, a third period collapse from the Winnipeg Jets, and they lose 4-2. This was not what was supposed to happen. It looked like they were just about to punch their ticket to the second round, and it's Jakub Vrana with that goal. But then here come the Avalanche. JT Compher starts it, and Nathan MacKinnon scores to make it 3-2, and then Mikko Rantanen. Not ideal. But we can't let that bother us here. Heading into Game 6, still up 3-2. We have the whiteout behind us, but this is even more important than the last game now. We should have won that last game. First period, Gabe Landeskog scores with 57 seconds left in the first. We're going to head into the second here. Jets out shooting them 12-7. But wow, just not Hellebuyck's night, not the Jets' night. 3-0 Colorado, and heading into the third, MacKinnon adds another 4-0 loss. The Jets had 37 shots, cannot beat Georgiev. And just like that, we've got a tie series, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to Game 7. So the Jets could have closed it out in Game 5 in Denver, Colorado. They could have closed it out in their opponent's home, but here we are slow simming. But here in Game 7, it's Mark Scheifele and then Kyle Connor in the first period. We're not even 10 minutes in, and the Jets have a 2-goal lead. This is exactly the start that we were hoping for here against the Avalanche. Avalanche are an incredibly good defensive team, as we've noticed. There's been really no high-scoring games for the Jets, and this would be a good one to have a really high-scoring game, put them to bed. But 2-0 Winnipeg here, still outshooting Colorado by a lot. Connor Hellebuyck shutting the door, all 14 shots, but number 15 goes in. It's Mikko Rantanen. He's been a pest all series long. 5-on-4 power play for the Jets here. And no dice. So 2-1, we are heading into the third period, the most important period. If we can just hang on here, we are set to go to the next round, to the second round, where we will meet either the Wild or the Sharks, the winner of that series. But it's Tyler Bozak, the third line center. I said the third line wasn't that good for Colorado, and they come through with another goal. Bozak's second of the series. And with time winding down here in the third, it appears that next goal will win the series, and it will happen in overtime. We're going to hop into this one. Well, here we are, guys. This is for all the marbles. We're in Denver, Colorado, in a tie series, 3-3, Game 7 in round 1. What a series it's been. Back and forth, back and forth. Jets had a 2-0 lead, and now it's the Colorado Avalanche storming back here, tying it in the third period. And here we go, everybody. Big save from Connor Hellebuyck early. Expect that first line to be a problem. Now we're going to sim a little bit forward here with about 13 minutes left in overtime. Guys got it along the boards, and Pierre-Luc Dubois kind of holds him for too long, and he's going to get a holding penalty. An incredibly ticky-tack call. Here come the Avs. Jets have to touch it. They're going to have a power play unless they score. Avalanche lose possession of it here. They're going to keep it in, though. Here comes McKinnon. Just a terrible call there. We're going to take a look at it here as Dubois was holding the guy for maybe too long, maybe being a little bit too rough. They're going to call him for holding, and that's not good.
They shouldn't look at this power play any different, even though it's in overtime. Be aggressive. Get the puck to the net. Win a puck battle. You can score here. You win the game.
Trying to get back on the attack now. Colorado's grabbed a hold of the puck. A chance for the win!
And just like that, guys, the season is over. You know, we let it slip through our fingers here. We definitely could have won in Game 5 there. If that third period collapse didn't occur, we were off to the second round. And right now we are shaking hands. We are not on the right end of it. First round loss was not what I anticipated here. But that is what happens is the Jets lose 3-2 in overtime in Game 7 in Round 1 to the defending Cup champs. And all credit to the Colorado Avalanche. They are a tough team, but the Jets could have definitely walked away with a big series win here. And it's really too bad that they lost this. Not the way we wanted this to go here in year 1 of the Jets franchise. I really thought they could have made it to the second round. I kind of expected them to be honest. I know Colorado was tough, but I really thought they had this game in the bag in Game 5, but they lose. And, you know, the top 6, they did play fine, like very consistent, 4 points in 7 games, lots of guys doing that, but nobody really took control of the series. And right after the top 6 and the top pairing, a lot of numbers fall off here. Just not good enough, and that's just what it comes down to. The fourth line did almost nothing. Really unfortunate here, and next year we got to come back and be better. Now, we are going to sim out the rest of the playoffs in this episode to see who hoists the Stanley Cup. Maybe we lost to the Stanley Cup champions, who knows? But yeah, we're going to go through all this, see how the AHL team does here. Is the Moose are actually doing pretty well. We're actually going to stop and check in on them. We're going to sim through their season as we sim out to the draft. The Moose down 2-0 here in the second round. They win Game 3, and they win Game 4 too, so they'll tie it up. They will go down 3-2, but they'll win Game 6 and Game 7, so they will head off to the semifinals here. It would be pretty cool if they won the AHL championship, and hey, they go through, 4 out of 5 there, and they are headed to the finals. And right now they're down 2-0 in the finals here. Maybe we can get one. Down 3-0, that's pretty tough. Can they come back? 3-0 win there. They're down 3-1, just like Colorado was. 3-2. Are they going to do what the Avalanche did to us? No, they are not. 4-2, Moose win. And yeah, so that's going to do that there. We'll just check in on who led them in points there in the playoffs. Wow, Dylan Sandberg, 24 games played, 21 points, 1 goal, 21 assists. 20 assists. Maybe he's on the team next season. We'll just take a look at the player stats here. Who was with the Moose? Sandberg leading the way. McGroarty playing pretty well. Declan Chisholm, Axel Johnson, Fialbi in there as well. Harkins, Toninato, Rashevsky, Lucas, all doing pretty well in the playoffs there, it seems. We'll see if any of those guys are with the big club. We'll see how they develop in the offseason. I don't anticipate, a ton of them being a big addition to the team. Maybe one does crack the fourth line or something. Maybe we have a scoring fourth line, but not sure about that. But we're going to continue to sim out the rest of the NHL Stanley Cup Finals here, as it is 3-2 series lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Honestly, I don't know who to cheer for, the team that beat us or the Leafs. I don't like the Leafs, and is tied at 3 here, so it will be Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals, and it's the Colorado Avalanche winning. So we'll go take a look at the playoff tree here for the final look at the 2022-2023 playoffs. Obviously, It's too bad we're not there. We just didn't have enough guys stepping up. I'm kind of annoyed by it, but here it is. Colorado going through 7 games with us, 6 games with the Sharks, 7 games with the Flames, and then 7 with the Maple Leafs. And then the Maple Leafs, they go through Boston seemingly to break that curse, and then they lose in 7 in crushing defeat to the Colorado Avalanche. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. Year 1 didn't go the way that I had planned, but we are going to be right back with Year 2 at the draft. Hopefully we'll be able to, maybe grab some guys. We don't have the best draft picks right now. Maybe that changes. Maybe we move a guy or two, maybe to recoup some draft capital. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens in the next episode. But thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.